In our previous class, we discussed about two people, 𝗃𝗺 and Brahmana. 𝗃𝗺 is one who is miser, who is conjuice. He never give for others, and he is not able to use that particular whatever property he has, property, money. He is not able to use it for himself also. So he is unable to benefit other people, and he is unable to benefit himself also. That is 𝗃𝗺. And Brahmana is one who is liberal, broad minded. His heart is open to give. So he not only benefit himself by performing austerity in his life, but also other people. Whatever he practice in his life, by his nature, he will be able to inspire other people to follow the path which he is following. And it will benefit other people. So yes, let's move forward now. I'm going to read this again, the last lines. This is the difference between animal and man. Man, to deserve the name, must be educated to understand the absolute truth. Because human life is meant for knowledge. There are schools and colleges, philosophers and scientists and mathematicians. The process of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending need not to be taught, for they are learned instinctively. Have you ever contemplated on this thing? That these four things, there is no need of any knowledge for performing these four things. Animals, they never go in schools or colleges, but then also they know how to eat from the very, very beginning. You see, a child, a newborn baby, he also know that uh, I will satisfy my hunger if I will put whatever milk or something in my mouth. He never put it in his eyes or ears. So these things are learned instinctively. There is no need of knowledge for this. But we do take knowledge for other subjects, but there is no need of knowledge for these four things. People know how to do it. People or animals or everyone, every living being. Human life is obviously meant for more. This is really striking, and this striked me very, very much the day I heard about the difference between animals and human beings. That, yeah, like these four things animals can also do easily. But if we are also doing these things, then we are behaving like animals only. So definitely human form of life is not meant for only these four things. I was convinced that day when I heard the difference, when I attended the lecture where Prabhuji was explaining the difference between animals and human beings, that how we can also, like if we are also doing these four things and animals are also doing easily, they don't have to do any hard work for that. And we human beings, we're actually doing hard work for attaining these four things. We do lots of job. People are working for hours so that they may satisfy their these four things. But human life is obviously meant for more. It is meant for tapasya and knowledge. There are descriptions in the Vedas of brahmacharya, celibacy, which characterize the beginning of a life dedicated to tapasya. Smaranam, kirtanam, kelihi, preksanam, गुह्या भाषणम संकल्पो द्यावास्यास च क्रिया निवर्तिर एवा च. Sridhara 6.1.12. To properly execute celibacy, one should not even think or even talk of sex life. Reading modern literatures. Now again see, Srila Prabhupada again took this topic of practicing celibacy. So one should understand how important it is for one to follow celibacy in his life. So yes, to properly execute celibacy, one should not even think or talk of these things. We discussed this thing in our previous class, that any person who is following celibacy, so that doesn't mean, celibacy doesn't mean only not indulging physically in these activities. Even any person is thinking or talking or watching about these things, then that is also the reason of him breaking his celibate rule. Reading modern literatures and newspapers which are filled with sexual material is also against the principle of brahmacharya. Similarly, indulging in sex in any way, looking at and whispering with girls, and determining or endeavoring to engage in sex life are all against the principles of brahmacharya. One executes real brahmacharya when all these activities come to a halt. And you will observe this thing, that as any person, if he is practicing devotional services in his life, like he is chanting holy names nicely, hearing Krishna Katha, hearing about Krishna, all the scriptures, then by time he automatically gets, automatically these desires vanish away from his heart naturally. And this is the very basic, very first principle which one should follow nicely, because it is a big hindrance in one's spiritual journey. By austerity, celibacy, and control of the mind and senses, one can advance in pure life. This is one thing. Celibacy is very, very important. Bottom line is that. Similarly, advancement can be done through charity properly directed. This is called tyaga, renunciation. If one has $1 million, he should not keep it. But as long as it is within his jurisdiction, he should spend it for Krishna. Money or energy is properly utilized when it is directed to Krishna. One person, he was telling me that now as you have came in my life, means he was saying this, so now I am progressing in my life so much. So I asked him, what progress? So he said, my business is growing very, very nicely. So I said, okay, this is good. So you should put your money in service to devotees. You should give it for charity. The money which we have, it is like whatever we have given for charity or for the service to devotees, that money is only ours. The money which we are storing or whatever things, that is actually not ours, because we have no idea that when we may leave this body, then that money which we have stored, it will kept stored. So whatever we are earning, the money which we are giving in service to devotees, charity to whatever charity we are giving, and that should be definitely in connection to Krishna, that is only ours. Means that is only benefiting us. So he should spend it for Krishna. Money or energy is properly utilized when it is directed to Krishna. Otherwise, it is misutilized. So see, we are getting this thing that whatever we are doing in connection to Krishna, only that is perfect. Otherwise, everything is imperfect. So we should directly or indirectly dovetail our activities towards Krishna. It's just that easy. And we will gain perfection from that. Okay. As soon as one quits his body, all his monetary resources and everything else that he has collected in connection with his body is finished. For the spirit soul transmigrates to another body, and one does not know where the money which he earned in his previous body is being kept or how it is being spent. So you will see any person, you will see many people, they collect so much of money, they just store it for their generation. Have you ever heard this? That we are collecting so much of properties and money or whatever things for our generations, for our children. But we have no clue how those children or generation, how will they use that property or money? We have no clue about it. They may misuse or they can do anything with it. So there are few points which Srila Prabhupada is highlighting here, that we should not concentrate on collecting more and more monetary resources, because that will become reason of attachment. Have you ever seen such people who they are just habitual of collecting so much, and now it becomes hard for them to give it for charity, because they become so much attached with whatever they collect. So today morning, I was thinking that now as I have less, I only have one bed sheet now. So I was thinking, and it is enough. I don't need two bed sheets. One is enough. And same for other things. Like if we are living if we are not collecting much, and if we are living simple life, then life is very peaceful. We really don't need much for the sake of survival. Simple living, high thinking. Otherwise, if we will collect so much, then our whole time will spend in maintaining those things. So one should understand that we should not concentrate on collecting. I'm not asking that we should not, we should not keep money in our bank accounts. Definitely we should do that, but not much. Because we have no clue that as soon as we will leave this body, then that money, we will not be able to take that money with us. This soul will transmigrate to another body, and one does not know where the money which he earned in his previous body is kept or how it is being used, being spent. A person may leave the world declaring how the money should be spent by his sons or heirs. But even if one leaves millions of dollars in his next life, he has no claim to it. Now, this is very striking. whatever we are collecting here, earning here, whatever, that can be anything, not only the uh, monetary resources or whatever material things, even if we are earning whatever fame we have earned, name, goodwill, we will not be taking these things with us. As soon as the soul will leave this body, all will be, snatched away from us. Now, one should be intelligent enough where he should invest more of his energy and time. And you will see these things are really burden. Any person he is aspiring for respect or goodwill, it is actually burden. I can totally relate with this. Earlier in my early days, when like before when I was not in Krishna consciousness, I was really hankering for I was hankering for respect, that people should respect me. And I used to scare from insult, that no one may insult me. I was really hankering for respect, that people should respect me, they should praise me, appreciate me for whatever I do. And I feel it that it was really a burden. Because if any person, if he will disrespect you, if he will not honor you, then you will be in anxiety. But now it's not like that. Krishna consciousness is really amazing and it works. It really works. It's just the matter of giving a chance. We should at least try. One should at least try. People try so many things, but they should also give one try uh, to follow this process. So 2 days ago, I interacted with a person. Basically, I greeted him by saying Hare Krishna. So he said, Who is this? And I said, why are you not greeting me with Hare Krishna? Please greet me with Hare Krishna. And he said, no, I am Muslim. So I was just trying to trap him in his own words. Muslim? So I was just pretending like I am not aware of this thing. What is Muslim? Can you explain it? Basically, I was trying to explain him, I was trying to tell him that we are not Muslims or Hindus or this or that. We are just identifying ourselves with these false identities. These identities, these designations are of this body, but we are not this body. We are soul. So just like that conversation was going. Yesterday I told him, he himself mentioned this thing, that I have been roaming from 22 years. I have been wandering from 22 years, exploring different religions. For few years I explored Hindu religion. For few years I explored Buddhist religion, this religion, that religion. But now I came to conclusion that I will follow my religion only. So I was telling him this thing, that if you have wandered for 22 years, exploring different religions, that you should give one more try to explore Vedic cultures, the knowledge of Vedic scriptures. You should definitely give one try. And I'm not asking you to accept things blindly. If you will gain knowledge, you will come to know that, yeah, these things are really logical. So you should give it a try. So I'm trying to convince him, let's see what Krishna is willing. But definitely, if Krishna has connected me with that person, he is from east side. So yes, Let's see what's Krishna's plan. So yes, we were discussing that we should not concentrate on collecting because we don't have any clue that what that money or whatever resources we have collected, we have earned, how our generation or whatever people will use it for. If one spends it for bad purposes, he becomes entangled. Okay, therefore, as long as it is in one's hand, it is better to spend it for a good purpose. So, whatever resources, whatever property, or whatever things we have, we should try to use it for good purpose. It is better to spend it immediately. We can store some money for our future, but not much. We should just try to give as much as we can in services to devotees of Krishna. Because, if we are giving charity, so it may seem as an expense, but it is really not an expense. It is a real investment. Let's understand, whatever you do, like whatever you spend, wherever you spend your money, are you spending that money or are you investing it? Just contemplate about this. Suppose if you are here in Mayapur, Sumit Prabhuji, you're in Mayapur, and now you want to travel at your hometown. So you will have to give some fare to whatever that person, or you will have to buy a ticket of a train so that you may travel to your hometown. So is it an expense or an investment? Definitely it is an investment because you are spending your money, and you know that you will be able to travel to your hometown. So wherever we spend our money, it is not an expense, it is actually an investment. Whatever food we buy. So we definitely have to give money to that person for the sake of buying groceries. But it is also an investment because from that money we will be getting the groceries so that we may use it to cook our food, then we will be consuming it. So whatever things we do, it is actually an investment. Same way, charity may seem like an expense, but it is actually not an expense. It is a huge investment. Whatever we give for charity, in service to the devotees, in service to Krishna, so we get immense benefit of it. See, this is rule that even if we are giving something to a very low man, low means he have no qualities, he might be a madman or something. If we are giving something to him as a charity, then that will also come to us. Same quantity will come. If we give charity to a person who is half qualified Brahmana, then we will gain double of it. I mean, I'm not asking you to give charity for the sake of gaining in return. No. But I'm trying to explain here that charity may seem as an expense, but it is really not an expense. And same way, there are many variations of this. And if you give charity to devotees of Lord, then you get infinite benefits. So yes. But if one spends it for bad purposes, he is spending his money for the sake of intoxications, or if he is giving charity to someone and he buy cigarette from it. Once Prabhuji was telling this, that one man came to him. He was uh, he was walking like as if he's paralleled from his one leg. So he was saying, please give me some money. I want to buy some food so that I may satisfy my hunger. So, okay, Prabhuji, out of compassion, he gave some money to him. But as soon as he got the money, his like late earlier he was walking as if he is paralyzed, but later he was walking nicely, and he just went and he bought a cigarette. So one should be very, very much careful about where are we giving charity, and that bad karma will come in our head. So better is that you always give offered food as charity to other people. Never give money to such people, because we have no idea about how they will be using it. You can definitely give money to the devotees of Krishna, because they will always use it in service to Krishna. But to other people, you may give offered food to Krishna. So yes, if one spends it for bad purposes, he becomes entangled. But if he spends it for good purposes, he gets good in return. This is very clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita explains that there are three kinds of charity. Charity in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. A person in the mode of goodness knows where charity should be given. Let's understand this. This is very interesting topic. Charity in the mode of goodness means that you are helping some poor people, who are not much wealthy. You're giving some comforts to them. So that is the charity in mode of goodness. Means it is for good purpose. It is for the sake of benefit for others. It will definitely benefit other people. Charity in mode of ignorance is something, just we took example right now, that person bought cigarettes. So we are giving charity to someone and he is using it for the sake of bad purposes. So that will be the charity in ignorance. Even though we had good intention, we gave that person charity, money with good intentions. But then also, if that person used it in wrong way, then that is the charity in mode of ignorance. And charity in mode of passion is something when you are giving charity to someone, and suppose, let's understand this with an example. I'm giving example of the charity in mode of ignorance. Suppose any person, he is diseased and doctor has told him to not consume particular thing. Suppose any person, he's diabetic and doctor has, definitely he will ask him to not consume sweets. But if any person, if he is giving sweets to him, feeding sweets to him, then that will be the charity in mode of ignorance. So are you understanding this, that one should have to be very, very aware, very, very conscious for whatever deeds he is doing. Externally, it may seem that wow, he is a very gentleman, he is doing good thing, but these things are really subtle. And even I have heard this, that devotees also commit such mistakes. I went to a temple. It's been 1 year now. So I went there with one devotee. So one Mataji came and she was asking for money, that please give me some money, this. So what that devotee did, that devotee, he immediately gave money to that Mataji. So I was explaining this thing to him, that we should not do like this because we have no clue how they will be using it. Better to give them offered food. So the charity mode of passion, I'm not like sure about it, so I'm not gonna discuss more on it moving forward. A person in the mode of goodness knows where charity should be given. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dvesho stina priya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maiti maite tesu chapyaham. समोहम सर्वभूतेषु नामे द्वेषोऽस्ति न प्रिय ये भजन्ते तु मां भक्त्या मयि ते सुचाप्यहम् समोहम सर्वभूतेषु नामे द्वेषोऽस्ति न प्रिय ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि ते सुचाप्यहम्. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Bhagavad Gita 9.29. Now it is an amazing sloka. We will discuss little about it, then we will stop. See, when Krishna is saying that Krishna is not partial to anyone and he has no envy for anyone. How can Krishna be envious for anyone? We all are fragmental part of Krishna, and Krishna loves every being uh, more than his own life. Yes. So, just like you will see here in this material world, parents, they love their children very much. Krishna's love is like millions and billions of more of that love of those parents which are there in this material world. So Krishna loves every living being, no matter that living being is serving Krishna or not, even if he has envy in his heart for Krishna. But then also Krishna loves him also. Krishna is maintaining that person also. So Krishna is not partial to anyone. But in next line, Krishna is saying that, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend. So is it partiality? Definitely it is. Suppose if you are serving, suppose two people you are serving, or two groups, you are serving two groups selflessly. One group is like the people in one group they are nice people. They also want to reciprocate to your services. They also want to serve you. They behave very nicely with you. And people in other group, they are crippled. They are miser. Even though you are serving them selflessly, but then also because they are bad people, bad means their consciousness is dull. So they just think that how can this person serve me? I'm not doing anything. those people, they are thinking that we are not doing anything to him, we don't know him, but then also how is he serving us? He definitely have uh, he definitely have something in his mind, that's why he's serving us. So those people, they are mischievous about how can he serve us? Means why is he serving us? So now see, you are serving both the groups without any partiality. But if one group is full of such people who want to reciprocate to your services, they are loving you so much, then definitely you will have a special affection towards those people. You are not keeping envy for those people who are hating you or who are not respecting your services. You are not hating them. You are not keeping any envy for those people. But you will definitely, naturally, you will have an affection, special affection for those people who want to serve you, who want to reciprocate to your services. So same way, Krishna is not keeping envy for anyone. Krishna is not doing partiality. But people who renders services to Krishna, so Krishna definitely have special affection for those people. Means devotees. And you won't believe, even demigods, they also pay obeisances to the devotees of Krishna. Because any person who is serving Krishna, it is extremely rare. Extremely, extremely rare. Yesterday I was hearing a lecture, uh, about the glories of the holy names of Krishna. So it is being told that any person who has recited Krishna for even once, then he can never go to hellish planets. So one member from my family, she said that, oh, then like there are many people who has said Krishna even for once in his life. Then if it is like that, then there is no possibility of people going to hellish planets. But it is not like that. You will find many, many people who will never say Krishna, just like that person who said, no, I will not say Hare Krishna. I mean, he didn't say it like this, but he said, no, I am Muslim. So you will find many people who will not say the holy name of Krishna, even if we ask them to abuse. Prabhuji was telling once that he was at a barber shop, and there one person, he was abusing so much on a mobile, like he was on a call and he was abusing so much. So Prabhuji told him that if you really want to abuse, then why don't you say haram? You say haram, then they were like mischievous again. Why he looks a saintly man, nice man, why he is asking me to abuse with this name? So Prabhuji explained him that in this name you will find Ram, holy name of Krishna, of Lord. So it will benefit you. So he didn't uttered haram from his mouth. As if he has become a saintly man immediately, that I will never abuse. So you will find many people who will never speak, who will never say holy name of Krishna. There are many people like this. So yes, are you getting this thing? Whoever renders services to Krishna, Krishna have special affection, special care for his devotees. Is in me. Is in me means, we discussed one shloka in our afternoon class yesterday. Is in me means that person is dependent on me. He has accepted his dependency on me. that I can not do anything. I am dependent on Krishna, on my Lord. And I am also a friend to him. So we'll be discussing this shloka in detail in our next class, Krishna's willing. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada.